Now that you've completed customer discovery, you probably have a good sense of who will purchase your product and why. You will also likely have a clear path to the prospective company's decision maker. Now, it's time to take the next steps. 1. Do your homework on the company and buyer. Your prospective customer may be facing internal or external pressure to innovate, diversify, or preserve cash. Take the time to look at their recent launches or strategic investments to gain perspective on their motivations. Also, keep in mind that you're selling to a human being, not just a company. Be sure to research the customer's background, as it will give you insight and the ability to connect on a personal level. Remember, most good, long-term relationships begin as a strong partnership. 2. Understand the procurement process.
To be able to understand the steps in a procurement process within an organization is very important for an early stage company. When you're trying to get a product to market, you want to know what steps you have to go through, how long it's going to take, who the decision makers are, and be able to make sure that your product is moving forward in the process and that you have the appropriate amount of patience to make sure that the product sees it all the way to fruition.
3. Anticipate the objections and be ready with solutions. Learn the buyer's processes and whether your product will integrate smoothly or be disruptive. If a product iteration is requested by the buyer, make sure there is a clear understanding that the buyer intends to make the purchase once product changes are made. Many young companies have run out of cash making product changes for customers that never ended up buying. In an ideal scenario, requested product iteration will be paid for by the customer, and there will be a written agreement to purchase once charges are made. 4. Research the competitive landscape.
I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs get caught up in by not understanding their competition or what else is out there. Not that you could research every possible scenario, and the number one competitor that entrepreneurs face is the status quo, or doing nothing. So often the biggest challenge is convincing somebody that they need to change the way that they're doing business and that the technology is actually better versus different than.
5. Know the value of the problem you are solving. Remember that the price someone will pay for your product is not based on your costs, like labor or materials. It is based on the economic value of the problem being solved. Find out just how much pain the customer experiences without your product or solution. You may be saving them time and/or money, or you might be increasing their competitiveness. Be prepared to discuss price and volume with the customer, but if new information is introduced that could change that pricing structure, don't feel compelled to give a price on the spot. Now that you know the steps, here are a few more tips to help you avoid common mistakes in the first customer meetings. Go into a sales meeting with realistic expectations. It will likely take many meetings to close a sale. Practice your sales pitch and stay on point. Match your level of technical speak to the participants in a meeting. Break your pitch into sections so that everyone can ask questions and address concerns as they come up. Do not feel that you have to give an entire canned pitch. Follow the buyer's lead. It should be more of a conversation than a pitch. The first goal of the meeting is to establish that there is a significant pain point that you can solve for the customer. This helps you avoid extra meetings with customers that will never buy or don't value the problem enough to pay the price you need. The second goal is to build your credibility and relationship with the customer so that they feel you are there to help them, not sell to them. Notice if real progress is being made in your sales meetings. If not, ask what can be done to regain momentum. Identify next steps before you leave the meeting and try to schedule a follow-up meeting on the spot. Your early customers and partnerships will be some of the most important relationships for the future of your company. Following these steps should help set your company down the right path.